Circulating. Yeah, there we
And
go.
we're live.
We are live. Hi, everybody. Yay. Here we are.
Hi.
So we are live right now. We are streaming Facebook, YouTube, Twitter. And today is the first day we are making a Twitch debut, right, Casey?
Yes, we are on Twitch, Fat TV World on Twitch. So go
cool.
over.
Yes, because Twitch is like the best place ever. I don't even understand it, but I know we're on it. So that's all that matters.
Okay, how is it the best place ever?
Well, because I can tell, like once you get in there, it's like Star Wars for the internet. You can tell there's all these planets and galaxies, and like there's just a lot going on. It's all these. It's insane. I love it. It's going to be good for my ADHD for sure.
Well, it was like, it's where a lot of the gamers were going. And then also I used to watch this girl in there who was a cosplayer, and she literally would do like 24 hours straight of her doing her makeup. Like, wow. And then like, it looked so realistic. She had an Instagram too. I think her name was K Pike. I think that's what her name was.
Oh, okay. Cool.
Yeah, she does these like realistic photos that look like cartoons or like comic books. You know what I mean? So she would do like 24 hours straight live streaming on Twitch while she's making herself up. It was kind of cool.
And I know some people do that on TikTok too. They do like a 24, they go live and they just they set it up beside their bed before they go to sleep, and then like people could just watch them sleeping. And it's like,
you know, my friend Sanaz used to do that when we used to go to certain places, like when we went to NAMM or like a concert or something. She would like freaking I think it was like live cam back then, or stick cam. It was called stick cam,
right?
And she would go live for like while she was sleeping, and it was the weirdest thing in the world.
So weird, but people would
say
people pay to play. So I know. I look cute when I'm sleeping.
Do you want to introduce our guest?
Yeah, I think we were just warming up because I know we have people coming in.
You know what? You introduced the guest because I forgot all about our social media.
Okay, so you do that, and I will introduce a lovely, wonderful. I'm really excited because she's our very first TikTok guest. Carol Clark. She's a business coach. She's a mentor. She sparks with joy. Or like, is it sparks with joy? You spark with joy.
I do spark joy, and I like people who spark joy, and I love joy.
Yes, and I thought she was from Oklahoma City. I don't know why I thought that. So, but it turns out she's coming to us from Fort Lauderdale, Florida, which could be so far. Fort Lauderdale. So Carol, tell us a little bit about yourself while KT's warming up the social media.
Okay, first off, I'm having so much fun. Oh my God. You hear that?
Yeah. By the way, Carol might have to go off camera sometimes, but don't be alarmed. Don't be alarmed.
I just want you all to know how high tech I am, because I often, anytime I'm on these Zoom calls, and if somebody walks in without clothes on, I have this like Dove chocolate wrapper, and I just quickly pull it up.
That's awesome.
Do what you have to do.
Do what you got to do. Yes,
so
I love it.
I work with individuals that are, individuals that have a business idea or just have an idea, and I help them monetize that idea, create actual profit out of that. So they're not just taking and dumping a bunch of money and investing a bunch of money into a business. And then I help them scale that business too. So I love that. And with organizations, I work with organizations, and I work with corporate groups that are, doing the same thing. They're, they're in a very different stage in their business, and they're looking to, create extra profit, create credibility with their shareholders, create some scalability too. And my ultimate goal is that I can just rid the world of unnecessary layoffs. That's my actual goal. But of course, nobody wants to buy layoff avoidance. They want to buy money.
Right. Yeah.
Did you see Cirque du Soleil?
Wait, what happened with Cirque du Soleil?
Cirque du Soleil is filing bankruptcy, and they are going to be doing. They are laying off like 3,200 people.
Wait, what? Are you serious?
Yeah, I'm so sad because I am too. I really love Cirque du Soleil.
Yeah, how many? I've seen a few of their shows. How many have you seen? A few of them as well. Like, have you seen?
I've seen like 3 or 4. One in Vegas, 2 here. I've always wanted to see Celine Dion with the Cirque du Soleil, but I missed.
Oh, right. Yeah. I've seen at least like 4, but the one that stands out the most and is honestly my favorite show of all time is when Cirque du Soleil. They did Beatles Love. And that was like I have never seen anything like that, and it gave me an appreciation of the Beatles that I had never understood before I saw that show. Like I had to see it through their eye in order to understand that Beatles was pretty epic, and it's still epic. You know what I mean? And like, yeah, I love it so much. Carol, have you seen any Cirque du Soleil? Have you seen?
I did, like in the in the tents, and especially down in Florida, there's always tent, you know?
Yes.
I have. And I don't know. I didn't know. I'm hearing now, especially now, I'm hearing all of these groups like COVID layoffs was just
done.
And
yeah.
There are like certain groups that like a layoff is only really necessary when the group isn't profitable. Like cruise lines that are literally not creating any, like they're not taking in any income. They're not.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
The hotel industries where nobody is staying there, laying off people that there's no work for them because there's just no income. That's one thing. Oh, hey.
Hi, Danielle.
And Titus, say hi to Sam.
Hi. So yeah, that's my big beef. Seeing groups that are still profitable laying employees off.
Yeah.
That's like, and I'm like, if I can just get in there, and that's like when I'm 99, that's what I want to say. Do you know I helped say, like that's my mission.
Yeah, it seems like what you want to do would be perfect for these times too. You know what I mean? Like,
I just had this like strong calling to be known and heard in this time right now. You know, there's strong force that like this is the time to be needed, and then frankly, I found TikTok.
I mean, and you look
like you're having fun on it.
You're getting out there. Your voice is getting heard. And that's how, hey, everybody, that's how we met. And we totally synced up together. We're like, I like your energy. So no. And I love your tips. Like we're in the entertainment world. Like, obviously we're known more for entertainment, but we're also a business. So I'm watching your tips, and then I apply it to how would this work for the Hollywood business? You know what I mean? Like it. And it's been totally helpful. Yeah. So, and your website, who did your website? Everybody go check out her website. KTEE, did you see her website?
I did. Let me put that in.
I'm like shook how beautiful and professional, because us artists, we just kind of like, okay, let's put something together, whatever. And then she's got the shiniest, slickest website on earth. Like, did you do it yourself, or did you?
No. Can I just like appreciate you so much for that? Because for a while my website was the thing that would make me cry. So when you just have like collateral that's so embarrassing, and everybody like asks for your website, and then I just like, okay, I have these awesome headshots. Let me just slap it on up there, and if it doesn't,
I think the layout is perfect. It's clean. It's professional. Your video is so well edited and with telling like what you do, and like whoever did your edits, I was like, they're good. Like I was impressed. I mean, she's looking.
You know what? I have to shout her out. Her name is Deanna Jones. I have to send you like her ad. It's like Jones Adventure Marketing. She just, when you just find someone and it's pure cosmic energy, like why on earth would I ever find her out? Like, when you're searching.
Oh, that's great.
It's like, and then I came upon her, and the price was perfect, and what she gave me back, just like.
Okay. No, seriously, I'm interested, because my website is a piece of doo-doo. So, and I need a revamp. So yeah.
Dellany, do you have your laptop next to you right now?
I do not today. Do I need it?
I wanted you to do a watch party to your Facebook, but never mind.
I mean, I can go get it, but you know what that would involve? I would have to get up and walk away.
Which we do make fun of because we like the empty chair Dellany, because Dellany will like get up and walk away. And there's like this empty chair. And I've not only seen her do it here, but she's done it on her other shows too.
I do. I get up for these crazy reasons, and then I'm not back for like 5 minutes, and everyone's like, "Okay, let's just keep going on with the show." So,
to wait.
yeah, I have a high, like your children. Like I have a fur baby, and she's very. Sometimes she can be, I mean, I blame it on her. It's really me. It's me.
It's just you.
It's all of us. You know what?
It's all of us.
I see other people and they have kids doing things and I'm like, how do they not care? Like how it's not that, because I see people like on film or on on YouTube or something like that. And even if I turned it on the most, I would still twitch. I would still be like, like there are just some people that are actually just not fazed by things.
Right. Like, I know. It's like, whatever. They just happen to be here. So, oh my God.
You know what I can do, Dellany? We can do our little break because I wanted to show people something today because I felt the need that we needed a little bit of love and positivity. So while we're going to show this music video that then you can get my laptop. But wait, let me wait till it comes up so that you're not on. So anyway, today I was looking. Actually, what's happened is somebody was asking me about some music videos, and I remembered this one. That because we like to show off what we do, that I directed and produced with my best friend's Jess. She wrote a beautiful song called Inom, and it's spelled INOHM instead of OM, which is what I named my company. Do you know that Inom Entertainment is my company?
Yes.
Yeah. I love this song came out like in 2007, and I love the lyrics of it when I first heard it. So it hit me. But last year, we run Intonation Records together, and we wanted to put out an acoustic series. So we made a couple of videos, and this one is very important because I videotaped a lot of the B-roll is from not the march that we had this last week or two. But 2 years ago, when we had this march in West Hollywood, and it just shows that we're always dealing with this stuff. You know what I mean? Was it the one that you got knocked over outside of that bar? No, not that one. Not that one. Not that one.
Okay. That was a crazy pride. Okay.
Yeah. Story. No, I like this. It's so funny. But anyway, I thought it would be really cool to show it to our audience, to give them a little positivity, and then we can go into everything else we were going to talk about today. So
I love that. Okay, cool.
Let's see if I can do this.
All right. Tell me when.
Can you hear it? Do you hear it?
I hear it.
This is here, this is now, this is all we can fathom, all that makes you feel right. So grab a hold, get on top, 'cause this is all you can have. If you just listen to the song you become. 'Cause I'm crying out to every corner of the earth. Here I can with the heavens wall. 'Cause I'm crying out to every corner of the earth. Here I can with the heavens wall. This is it, this is now. and get on top, 'cause this is all we can handle. Whatever keeps you alive, 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 alive. 'Cause crying out to every corner of you. And I can't wait for the hardest one on top. 'Cause this is all we can hear. Crying out to every corner of you. And why can't we be held as one? And why can't we be held? And why can't we be held? And why can't we be held as one?
That is cool.
I love that. I found it the other day. I forgot that we did that video. And I was like, oh my God, I love that video. And it's so like timely right now.
It is.
Yes.
It is. Good job.
And just so you know, the couple that you saw at the end hugging and there you saw them again, that's one of my really good friends, Chandra, and her fiance, and they're getting married in August.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah.
I mean, are they really getting married in August?
They really
or
are. They really are.
Like, like
That
what
was
happens?
Actually, that was when they first started dating, and I was like, "Hey, will you guys hug and let me get you on camera? I think it'll be cute."
Right.
you know, it was kind of awkward because they were first. That was their first, like, they just started dating, but
Yeah,
now
totally.
I tell them that you're forever immortalized. And I'm
Oh my gosh, I love that.
I love it too.
Yeah.
Thanks for sharing that. Good job. KT is a pretty awesome director. She's very good.
Thank you.
That's
Well,
how
I give it
we
out
met.
I give it out to Jess, who wrote the lyrics and performed the song, Eric, who played the guitar, and Richard Robson, my right-hand man and intonation. He actually edited that together, so that was cool.
I love it. I am watching you on my laptop as we speak. Okay.
Look, I gave Dellany all that time. You want to go into our topics today? Actually, I wanted to go into something that's part of you, Carol, which is this lovely little hashtag, Spark Joy at Work.
Joy at Work.
So I
Yes.
want you to tell everybody about what is Spark Joy at Work.
Yeah. What are we doing there? How do we spark joy at work?
Well, so I actually, do you guys know who Marie Kondo is?
Yes.
Yes.
So I'm actually, in a side life, I am a certified KonMari consultant, which is just like something just like awesome and exciting that I do.
Cool.
Kind of, I know. And it's really just like informed how I run my business, how I like the decisions that I make, kind of who I let, kind of who I let in and just all of that sort of stuff in my business. And I just kind of started using this hashtag Spark Joy at Work. And I thought, I don't know, when you think that something needs way more clout than it does. So that's what I think of Spark Joy at Work. I just think it needs way more clout at work because I think that we have like allowed this idea that work sucks. And if you work for someone, it's always going to suck. And do you have a job? Do you have a paycheck? And so no matter what you're going through, it's, even if it sucks, it's fine. Like, I think we've just allowed this idea that earning money sucks in some way, like so bad, so much to the point that if somebody else is earning money and we're paying them, we're like really suspicious when like, that's the goal. Everybody needs to eat. Everybody needs to make money. And so I just have this kind of this like concept that's one of the things I haven't gotten my head around how to be so activist about it, but
okay. But what about for people that like, I mean, there are jobs out there that do suck and they are doing jobs. like that are just sucking their soul. Like, so how can they spark joy at these jobs? Like, how does that?
So, okay, so there's like a couple of things there. So first off, there are like these massive mismatches, right? Where people have this idea, people stay in positions for like a couple of reasons. People stay in positions because somebody told them you'll never make that kind of money anywhere else. So they stay in these crummy positions.
Yeah.
Because they think that they've risen to like some sort of like numerical ladder that they'll never be able to match if they leave and go elsewhere. Secondly, people think that they like, this is just the only thing that I'm qualified to do. This is the only voice that I have. This is the only whatever. Because again, someone told them this and whatever. Another thing is, you know, a lot of times like in the hiring process, people will kind of, they'll take someone in reluctantly and it'll, you know, like if you're interviewing me and you're like, well, you know what, Carol, I don't know, I'm going to take a chance on you. That automatically gives me the impression that like I am unhireable and I just gotta keep this job, you know?
Yeah.
And especially people that have, you know, mouths to feed and they think, you know, I need something flexible. Right. They're kind of, you know, people are told messages. You just need to keep your head down and like do what you need to do for
it. Yeah.
So yeah, there are some crummy jobs, and I don't know. I would love to get people up.
What about working doing at work right now, where everybody's working from their home and they're about to pull their hair out?
Yeah, and you know what? It's like, so like there are like everybody's really happy to be at home, but they're also really pissed because now they know that they could have been working from home all this time.
Yes, right. Like how many? Like how about when was it the employees of Twitter? When they were told that now indefinitely they can work from home, they were like, I'm getting out of San Francisco right now. Goodbye, San Francisco, because it's so expensive. It's too expensive. Yeah. So you can live anywhere you want and still work for Twitter. Yeah.
That's like exactly it. And the amount of, at least I know when I was in a corporate setting, like most of my day was filled with like conference calls and things that were like, and you know what, at the time it didn't really matter because I just, again, I had that idea, like you go to work and you show up at work because somebody's going to call you if you don't, and they're not going to pay. You know, I just like, I had these ideas and I wasn't going to question that. And there wasn't a huge need for me to question that. But everything that I did was on a laptop that could have been done anywhere as long as I had internet access.
Yeah. It seems to me that it's obvious that as the big corporations, you can cut your costs down if your people are working from home. You know what I mean? Like why would you not want them to work from home? It would cost a lot less.
There was a bad thing too, because a lot of people aren't if you give them an infinite amount of time, they're not going to get it done. If you're not, some people need managers. Let's just say that.
Oh, I know. But here's the thing. Okay, take it back to like school for me. Like when I attended conservatory in New York City, and it was a requirement to be able to be at this conservatory that I had to fill out paperwork every week. And we had to fill out 90 hours worth of what we did, 90 hours a week, 90 hours. And every hour had to be accounted for and allotted for. And like that kept me on it because I covered every hour. So, and that's old fashioned paperwork. So I can only imagine what technology would be like. I think it would be so much easier to keep tabs on your employees, right? Like, what are you doing?
So that's the other thing, that number one, like the whole like micromanaging, like I've seen, I don't know, I saw this on TikTok where some companies are monitoring like mouse movements, and somebody connected their mouse to a blender so it would just always be going for 8 hours.
That's awesome. That's awesome.
These like TikTok videos, they're either way too difficult to doctor or they're true, you know? So She like panned up to the time and it was like 9 a.m. And then she panned back up to the time and it was 5, p.m.
Right.
And the
right.
was like, just
going. That is hilarious.
Speaking of TikTok, so let's go into something we wanted to talk about since we have 2 TikTokers here. What is some pros and cons of TikTok?
Well, wait, KT, you're on there. You're on there too. KT's a TikToker too, sort of.
Yeah, but I don't actively do them, but I'm going to. I can give you my con of the TikTok world, but it's because it's the con of all social media.
Right.
It's like we're giving away too much information.
Yeah.
That's all of social media, all of it. It's all of it.
I understand.
So wait, okay, so who wants to go first? I guess KT should go first. Is that the con?
Well, I mean, there's a lot of vulnerability problems with TikTok that they haven't fixed. You know what I mean? And there's also not a lot of ways that you yourself, or a musician or an artist, can monetize like there is with YouTube and Facebook and now. You know what I mean? And Instagram. Well, Instagram still not so much, but I mean people do monetize it, but you know, especially on the music side of things. I mean, a song might get a whole bunch of plays, but it might not be trackable where the artist is actually getting the money. So I do that is a big con, but I know they're working on it. Anyway, what are some of yours?
I want to hear yours.
Mine?
Yes.
Well, I don't really have a lot of cons because I've sold out to TikTok. I've sold out. Like, I don't care if they have my information. Here's the thing, everybody. The minute that we were branded with social security numbers, everybody's got my information anyway. So what is the difference? I don't care. I don't care if China wants to know, like, what I am clicking on. I don't care. Like, but I'm someone who has nothing to hide. China can know my shit. I don't care. I don't have anything secret. And also Facebook, Instagram, Snapchat, Twitter, like Twitch, they all know our stuff, you guys. So we can't just we got to know that. Like my brother.
TikTok has some more vulnerabilities on the back end that haven't been discussed, that are safety. I
don't know. I think the pros for me though were that for me weighed out the cons is that I've also seen the most activism through TikTok. I have seen an insane amount of activism and work done through TikTok. And then I have also been able to network more, like with Carol. We're right here, right now, right? And Carol, had I found Carol through Instagram, it would have been this weird, like Instagram is so snobby and Instagram is so like, oh my God, you have to pay me $1,000 for 20 minutes. And it's just dumb. It's just, and I don't TikTok. I mean, Instagram has too much hype. I'm not into Instagram. And then I don't know, Facebook, we all know Zuckerberg. It's a matter of time before Zuckerberg goes to prison. You guys, come on. So wait, what does Corinne say? My mom knows the CEO and he's working on some of the Oh, wait, Corinne, your mom knows the CEO of TikTok? Hold on. Corinne? No. Okay, hold on. Corinne is my honorary niece in North Carolina. And we are always calling each other the CEO of something, right? So does she mean CEO or does she mean the actual CEO?
I don't know. Wait on her to write back.
I know, because
this is the problem with not being able to write back fast enough.
But also, I'm like, Corinne, why are you only just now telling us that your mom knows the CEO of TikTok? Because we need to have some
10,000 followers or something. That's gotta be worth more.
I mean, why are we only just now?
Don't mean you're gonna get anything done. I'm just
okay, so I also love TikTok because it's the best place as far as for me as a creator to like really show what I can do. And in filmmaking, and in filmmaking world, like usually it takes us a year to 2 years to 3 years to get stuff out. TikTok, you can get it out in 15 minutes. Like that's it. It says her best friend's brother is the actual, the CEO. The CEO.
Not just like the CEO of laughing.
Right.
Right.
Something.
Okay,
Corinne, you better get on the phone.
I can't believe she's just now telling me this because I can't. I'm mind blown. Okay, Anyway.
So I'm going to break for a minute. I'm not feeling as much love as normal. Where's all my comments at? Oh, wait, there's Sam. Got something.
I know. We're used to getting bombarded with comments. I don't know what's going on.
I'm doing all these watch parties, and so are you, instead of like just pushing people over.
So Carol, okay, I guess cons for TikTok. I do have some cons. I don't love that they are still very it's still very thin privileged. It's still very it's ageist. It's very the people who they're really pushing out are like perfect types of people. You know what I mean? Corinne, you're killing me. You're killing me. Corinne, why have you just now told us this? Like, what is happening? I can't, because do you know how lives can change because of this information?
What, are you going to disown her now? Is that why your life is going to change?
No, you know what we can do. I'm sorry. It's the CEO of TikTok. The CEO.
The CEO.
Wait, like the new Disney guy, or like the old new Disney guy? The guy that used to be Disney streaming service?
Who is the CEO of TikTok? I thought it was some. Never mind.
It's somebody we don't know, and he has all information.
I don't even know that. I don't even know who the CEO of anything is. The only reason I know the CEO of Facebook is because we have to hear about him all the time.
I love it. No, I love it because Corinne, by the way, Corinne, North Carolina, she's 17. She's my honorary niece. She's like, oh, Dellany, oh, you had to be a waitress? Yeah, that sucks. By the way, that really sucks for you, Dellany. I love your TikToks, and it sucks that you're a waitress.
Yeah. Yes. Yeah, he used to be the head of streaming.
Dellany's like having a coronary right now because she's like, why am I just being told this?
Because Corinne, okay, we're gonna talk later. Okay, Carol, pros and cons. Let's hear them.
All I'm hearing is like, my friend is a celebrity check. That stupid noise.
Yes. Okay, yeah, and that's another con of TikTok is that Corinne is on there and I'm on there, and she just gave us that information. Oh my god. Oh, this is hilarious. Okay, go ahead, Miss Carol. Let's hear your pros and cons.
Yes, the cons are that there's like a lot of, I don't know, I think it still promotes the, even, let's say that even just in like the younger kind of crew, it still promotes the idea that they are still kind of not good enough because there's somebody who gets clout or whatever and gets like 1 million views and they're cynical. And then there's somebody else doing similarly the same exact thing and they can't figure out how to break into like kind of get clout and get famous, which is like this exact thing that we're all looking for when we're 17, 18, 19, 20, so I think that's really, I think if I were that age, that would be like that would be just like another thing to dump on me that would tell me like messages. The pros are that honestly, I am learning things on TikTok that I'm embarrassed to say I never sought out to learn. I'm learning like Black history that I just never even occurred to me to even look it up. It's not that this is like hidden information.
No, right.
So the other pro is honestly, there is like this amazing level of learning, learning a lot of terms that I wouldn't have known. And, I think so now when I hear these terms, I can kind of hear people's intentions behind them, like I hear that, calling people certain things or using certain words that, are problematic. And I'm finding out exactly why they're problematic. It's not just that, it isn't just that people are sensitive or whatever. Like I'm actually finding out the actual reasons for the racially charged information. And I'm finding it in like a humorous platform.
Very entertaining.
That people can, like the fact that people can share their talent and like make anything humorous is, I don't know. I just find it amazing that there's like this entire world that can be showcased in such a humorous way. So I am all in. I have like forsaken all of their social media.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
I don't even know how many days it's been since I've on some other things, and I just don't
No,
care.
totally. Yeah, and it's like I feel like a lot of people have gotten very savvy with the algorithms and with the trends where they do them, but then while they're doing them, they're saying, "Oh, let me give you the heads up about this sex trafficking that's going on right now. Let me give you a heads up about the bullcrap that China is doing," and while they're putting on their makeup and they're doing like the most popular song and they're
Which
using
is kind of funny, really quick, going that it is a China platform and they are very much against censorship, and for people to be going against China on it, that's actually kind of huge, you know?
Yeah, totally. And Carol and I noticed a trend, and I don't think they meant to be a trend, but on TikTok, white people in the middle of this Black Lives Matter, they basically are saying, "I finally told other white people that Black Lives Matter, and now I've lost friends. I've lost friends because I said Black Lives Matter." And Carol, do you want to tell them what you're doing? Like, you're like,
I can't. I basically just lost it one day, and I just like filmed this video that was like parodying like these people, and it was like, because I don't know why, it was like because we all got the same emails from like CEOs that like where they would just copy and
right. Oh, sorry. Oh, yeah, sorry.
It sounded like a scream that didn't like a
Elsie, stop. I swear. Hey, stop. Else. Sorry, guys. I can't mute it. I'm trying to mute it.
So, like, I got those same emails, and then I got like notes and from online coaches, and they were the worst of the worst. The online were all like, I put out a thing that said Black Lives Matter, and I lost a bunch of followers, but it's okay, you know? So then I just lost it. And then I don't know how I found Dellany like on this thing.
Dellany. Dellany. Oh my gosh.
Dellany is part of She's Too Famous. That's okay.
Dellany. That's okay. Everybody calls me Dellany. It's fine. Yeah. So we just kind of found each other, right? We kind of just
started like dumping these cookie emojis, just handing out cookies, because that's clearly what they're saying. Like I lost followers. Like, I lost followers. You know, Black people have had years and years and years of being killed and had horrific tragedies, but I lost followers. So I want, and so I don't know.
That is what mass media is about, just so you guys know. I mean, in reality, a lot of people, it's the clout of who likes their crap that makes them feel better. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So like that right there is just showing the downfall of somebody's personality, that they think they need followers to make themselves happy. And that's, to me, that is the downfall of all social media, that we've gotten like, people are cool because they have 1 million followers. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And it's not really, I don't think a lot of people with 1 million followers aren't cool. Some of them aren't cool. I don't know how they got them, but I'm just feeling like that's one of the biggest problems that we have.
Yeah.
That's another thing. It is like, if you have 1 million followers and you're only following 0 or 1 people, then you're like really cool. That's like another thing that I don't know if that exists on other social media, but it's very visible on TikTok. You know, like the people, the higher they are in their follower count, you're supposed to have like a really low follower count number. Mm-hmm. I don't know if you saw this.
I think on Instagram, that's a thing. I didn't know if it was a thing for TikTok, though. Is that a thing?
Because Instagram and TikTok and Twitter all run on the same thing, where you use a follow to follow thing. It's a social media tactic. Where you follow somebody and you hope they follow you back, and then if they don't, you can unfollow them and blah blah blah. You know what I mean? So a lot of people do that. I forget to unfollow people.
It just seems like, you know what? It just seems like the amount of work that it would take to like do that is like mindless. You know, like that's the thing about TikTok. It is like, it just creates so much like, you know, using all of that creativity is amazing. Like to me. I mean, like anytime I've ever tried to put anything on Instagram, it just felt dead. You know, it was just like.
It does. Yeah. It is. It's just,
like, go wild and dance. And you can, there are accounts that are just based on finger puppets. It's like,
Right. It's true. It's so true. Oh my gosh.
But I
Oh
will
my
say
gosh.
the one thing I do like about TikTok, and this is something that I'm sure that Carol, that you can appreciate, is the fact that like somebody like that's a VP of something, or that's in a corporate setting, can on their Facebook and their Instagram and Twitter, they have to be more corporate. But I've seen a lot of them just let loose on TikTok, and it's okay.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's okay for them to do that.
It's like you're really getting to know somebody's personality, where Instagram is more about aesthetics, you know, but like TikTok is so much about like, hey, this is actually who I am. I may be a business, or I may be a brand or corporation, but I'm also like this. And I also, you know what I mean? Like, it's really fun. It's fun. Yeah.
And I even saw, well, I don't want to like call them out, but there are like these, I've seen like actual brands, like, household brands that we like actually use on TikTok. And they're like doing that thing. They're doing like, they're trying to get followers, and they're doing the low follower count, and they're not engaging with people. And I'm like, okay, I don't know anything about social media, but that like already that's kind of off-putting. And then I was in the grocery store and I happened to see that brand, and I'm like, you with your low follower count, get out of here. I'll just buy generic. For no reason,
That's awesome. That is funny. Let's see. She says Insta is so perfect. Like, if I don't feel I look my absolute best, I won't post it because I feel like it won't get as much likes. But then with TikTok, I just don't care. That's right, girl. No, it's it's true. You can just be more real. I mean, you can and you can't, because obviously we also see, like we said earlier, like the more perfect people are the most hyped up, like the perfect people. But I don't know, like if you know how to fill your feed up with interesting people that don't have to rely on their looks, then you have a really great feed, So yeah,
True.
I like it. Yeah, I love it. And I do think, KT, that like, I know it's not great yet as far as like how to monetize like YouTube or something like that, but I feel that musicians and artists still find a way, because like a lot of people always usually share their Venmo, and then they also have their own Etsy shops and their own merch, and they have ways to still make money. And then if you go live, there's a way to make money through going live. Yeah.
Well, how do we go live now, Fat TV, on TikTok? We're gonna have to start doing that too.
We could, yeah, but I mean, we would definitely need to get some followers. We don't even have a Fat TV account yet. We haven't set that up. We gotta set all that up. I gotta learn Twitch too first. So, oh my god, so many to
we've
keep
only
up
got like 15 minutes left. So
oh my gosh,
it's an important topic that you brought up today, and I'm so with you on this.
It's a great day to arrest cops who murdered Breonna Taylor and Elijah McCain. Yes, absolutely.
Take it off there for me.
Oh, well, I mean, basically, we're looking at poor Elijah. I think the 1 year anniversary, I hate to say anniversary, it's the 1 year since his murder. I think it happened in August of last year, I think, in Colorado. And that's coming up in his the officers are like on paid leave or something. They aren't arrested. They weren't arrested. They weren't charged. With Breonna, we're going on. It's over 100 days, and her officers who murdered her while she was sleeping, they're still, living their life. So we just want to raise awareness to this, because nothing has stopped in people's activism, especially white people, because white people have a lot of white work to do. Every day, make a phone call or make multiple phone calls to get justice for Breonna and Elijah, and still George Floyd and Ahmaud. I mean, the list goes on, you guys. I mean, we're still trying to get justice for Tamir Rice. I mean, we're trying to get justice for so many. I mean, the list is long. So, but we are angry, especially with Breonna Taylor's case, because Black women still seem as if they matter even less than Black men. You know what I mean? And at this point, why are these officers not arrested and charged? And of course, Elijah, poor sweet Elijah. If everyone's read about him, he was 23 or 24, a sweet, gentle soul. He played the violin for kittens in shelters during his lunch break. I mean, this kid sounds like the perfect little kid to me. Or he's 23 or 24. And I just, and I don't, I mean, nobody, I'm not encouraging anyone to watch a video, but we do know what the words he said were when this was happening. And we see him, and there's no rhyme or reason of why this had to happen, and why these murderers are free. So we just want to raise awareness to that. I mean, you guys, we're getting to the point. Kellyanne, what's her name? Kellyanne Conway. Her daughter is even helping to get these cops arrested. Her daughter is not like her at all, by the way, and she's actually using her TikTok platform for Black Lives Matter and for activism, and of course, and also for anti-Trump posts. So,
if anybody wants to know about Breonna and Elijah, I put the thing in the comments. But I do want to say something about Elijah, because I didn't read all of it until recently. Mm-hmm. How do you overdose somebody on ketamine? What the hell? That's how he was killed.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
They put him in a chokehold. Then, and he had done nothing, you know?
Right.
This kid, if you look at him, he's like probably 110 pounds wet. You know what I mean? Like he's not like big and bulky or anything like that. He was 23 or 19?
Or 24, 23 or 24
years
he's
old.
Like yeah.
He's not a big kid at all. Like he doesn't even look 23. He looks like he's still like in high school.
Yeah. And
they not only put him in a chokehold, but then supposedly he was like so crazy that they got the EMTs to come, first responders, to put a dose of ketamine. Now, how the hell do you put 500 milligrams of ketamine into a kid? You know what I mean? Like that, what makes you think that that's okay?
Right. You know? And that wouldn't have done some damage.
Yeah. That's just, did somebody irresponsibly like put too much? Like, you know what I mean? You shouldn't be doing that anyway, but.
Yeah. Cause I think if you have a job like that, you shouldn't be irresponsible if you're being like for these injections, you know what I mean? And I don't know anything. So the only thing we can do is just say, maybe this is what happened in that situation. There's no excuses, but either they're lying, which that's what I believe. They're lying that they felt he needed that much. They're lying. Right. Or if they aren't lying, which I don't believe, the only other thing I can come up with is, I don't know if he had any type of disability or he was on some sort of spectrum. I'm not saying he was.
I think they have said that he is a little bit on the spectrum. Okay. He is an introvert. You know what I mean?
Right. Well, this is something that came to mind for me, but even still, it's not an excuse. I have a sister who she has disabilities and she's 24/7 care. And when we take my sister to get her blood taken, the shots. Okay. My sister's like 125 pounds. She's skinny, tiny, scrawny, petite, young, or she's not young anymore, but woman or whatever. So, but it takes 4 to 5 of us to hold her down because she has this, it's a survival instinct or something inside of her, but she fights. She fights as if her life depended on it. And then it takes about 4 or 5 of us, and we're way bigger than she is, to hold her down. And I'm not saying that's even what he did, though, because I don't believe it. I don't believe he fought back. But when I heard the police say that he had some type of like strength in him like that they commented on that, I was like, well, obviously he thought he was going to die. So he was fighting for his life. So he is going to produce more. We even hear stories of like people like us, like women who can lift cars in a moment of like trying to save their own children or something. You find that within you, right? Where it's a matter of life and death. So it could have happened, but that's still no excuse, you guys. That's the only thing I can think of though. But Carol, what do you think?
Well, and I think that one of the things that is, again, this is like a positive of TikTok that I'm seeing how much language matters. Mm-hmm. That when we say the killings of, we completely erase that. These are the murders of these people, you know? Right. And it is the idea that there is this constant barrage of certain language that if somebody says the murders of this person, then certain people get a little defensive and we're like, the alleged murder, it's the murder. And I think it's really important to stand strong, and we can we can activate and we can be activists with whatever voice we choose. Some people might not, some people might not be up for emails. Some people might not be up for calls. Like whatever it is that we have, we use whatever it is that we have. So anytime that we say the murders of, and we eliminate the use of the word, the killings of,
right. Yep.
And I know I've seen a lot of Black people even saying the killings of, and I suspect it is because they are not allowed to say the murders of, because they're gaslighted and because, people are gonna, kind of think things, So if we have a voice, and if we have a voice that people hear, we use those words, and we no longer allow words like, gentle kind of words like, oh, somebody just like kind of killed him, and we don't allow for topics like manslaughter. We allow it to go on, and we keep the language as what it is, because if this is that is our loved one, we would never allow someone to say the killing of their loved one. We would only allow what it frankly is. So, and I really appreciated how you how you spoke of it, and how it's difficult, it's difficult to talk about this stuff. It's very fearful. It's difficult to talk about this stuff. And I think that this is just one way that we can use our voice, and we can, in the way, and that's one thing that it's hard for me, because my social media and the things that I've written, I've had to really look at the things that I've written in the past, because I thought that maybe I shouldn't use certain words,
right.
I'm really seeing now the difference in how we speak, and frankly, just what is.
Well, words matter. And this is, I'm so glad you said that, because, KTEE, this too, but think about like even when we have shootings at concerts, our bars, our clubs, our school shootings, we've had to start saying these are terrorists. Yeah, these aren't lonely, angry young men or lonely, misunderstood men, white men. We have terrorists on our own land who are killing their own people. And so I changed my language a couple of years ago on that. I was like, I'm not going to call these like just misunderstood lone wolves. These are terrorists, and they are killing more people than what our minds are told are terrorists from other countries. Like they're not, you know what I mean? So words matter.
Yeah, I wanted to go back a little too, because, my big thing with the police is, and because I come from a police family, background around it my whole life, is that the training is not there. So let's say he was a little on the spectrum, and let's say he was fighting back. There's a right way and a wrong way. And they were trained wrong, because if that's what they did, they were trained wrong in how they handled it. Because there is a way to help if somebody is going a little bit like that, and you are trained to do it the right way. You know what I mean? And none of these people, there's too many cops out there that are not trained properly. And that's what I want to call. It's not defunding the police. It's a reform, police reform. That's really what needs to happen. We need to take this, like LA just cut the police budget to by 150 million. That 150 million, I know.
That's not that much. That's not.
But that should go into training. Every officer should be required to go back through training. Because
but they have a multi-billion-dollar budget. So for me, $150 million, give it to some urban schools areas for the kids, because that $150 million compared to their multi-billion-dollar budget is a drop in the bucket. And KT, what else are they doing with those billions of dollars? They can do it all.
That's the thing. We don't call people into account. We don't look at budgets. You know what I mean? Nobody looks. Carol. A government is not run. A government is not run like it's run like a crappy business. Yeah. You know what I mean? Like if anybody ran their business like any government runs, we would be bankrupt. You know what I mean?
Well, we all know that knowledge is power, right? So I think we have reached a place in our time of, it's 2020. We have an understanding now. I think everybody pretty much knows that when we get a check, even when we get a check in our country, and we don't know where our taxes are going to because they don't itemize it. Other countries itemize their checks. So the good people of other countries know how much is going to school, how much is going to health, and how much is going to military. They don't want us to know because we do know that most of it goes to military and this much goes to school and this much goes to health, and they want to keep us stupid. They do. And that this is one of the problems, because then we go, oh, well, don't ask, don't tell. Oh, well, okay. So we should be holding our country accountable. We should be challenging them.
There's a big issue as well where we're, and I know that we're coming into this age where mental health is much more appreciated, and it's a little bit more appropriate and accepted for people to just say, I'm afraid, and I know that wasn't the case before, but we're still, we need to engage those conversations. So, and when somebody says like, oh, that's just a killing, or that's just a lone wolf kind of,
right.
Like when somebody's saying that stuff, what they're really saying is, I'm actually so afraid that could happen to me. Like if I just go grocery shopping, or,
right.
We need to actually be having the conversation at that level. So we're not just like talking at these like, facts and figures, and that way people, and, because I see it like, even in like comments on social media, people just kind of like get their facts and they start to like argue facts instead of just plain saying, I'm terrified. I have people that I love. I'm terrified that this could happen to someone too. And what? At that point, we now have leveled the playing field, and immediately we can start to see what the other person is seeing.
Yeah.
And I'm not saying I do this, because frankly, most of the time I see stuff and I'm like, I can't even engage on that.
Right.
Because, there's a bunch of people that whatever. So I'm not saying I do it. I'm just saying, in the times that we have the emotional space to do it, it's really impactful. And I think it has a big impact on what we're hearing and what we're saying.
Right. Yeah, I do too.
So I want to tell you something really quick, Dellany. You're going to hate me, but guess what? We've run out of time.
Oh
no, we haven't. Wait, we still have a few minutes.
It's 7:01.
What?
I know. We always do this. We're like, oh my God, how can it be? But I wanted to get one of our things that we like to do each weekend before we go. And that's the obesity that you made up.
Whoa. I want to wait. Okay, fine.
All right. What else do you want to talk about before that?
I kind of like yours, the one that, like, what are we watching? Like, let's talk about what we're watching on TV. Do we have any recommendations? TV, movies?
Okay, really quick. What you watching?
What you watching? What you watching?
What you watching? Then we'll do obesity. We have to do some fun things. We have to come out of dark into fun. Okay.
Okay.
All right.
Who's watching what? Anybody?
I'm still watching SVU reruns.
Good. You're going to be there for 4 years. 4 years.
I know. I've made it to season 18 in the background.
Oh my God. Carol, what are you watching?
I have to have something going in the background when I'm working. So I play Law and Order all day, every day is Law and Order for the past couple of weeks now.
Oh my gosh, I have nightmares. I can't. I watch The Office and that's it. But I don't watch anything anymore because I watch TikTok. That's it.
Well, tell me some of your favorite TikTokers. Okay, never mind. Dellany.
The volume in this bus is not astronomically loud. Yeah, that is. She's like
on with like my number one favorite. You know what? Actually, I probably should talk about my favorite. But can I just say one thing that I am personally triggered by? Like, I am so massively triggered by the people, like the health people that talk about like, all you really need to do is diet and exercise. I don't know what that triggers me so massively much. Yes. And then they make fun of diet trends as if I just stay away from like diet trends, like apple cider vinegar. And if I just work out and eat right or whatever is right. Like, so frankly, I'm still kind of fixing my TikTok a little bit because I'll scroll through like 10 videos and be super in love, somebody up, and then I go through and I'm like, I'm so triggered and I hate this right now.
that can segue into obesity. So obesity. So this is the T. This is the obesity. So she is right. They're the stupidest diet and culture, messiest TikToks, where some of them will be like, "This is what I eat in a day."
Nope.
And then there's this really dumb one, and I know. It's like, I don't care what you eat in a day. What you eat in a day is what I eat for breakfast. Like, so I don't care. So,
no, I have to stop you there. That is not true.
Stupid.
There are people who are eating very, very little. They're in a calorie deficit. They're eating 900 calories a day or whatever, and they're not losing weight. No, I just have to stop you. Because
like for a baby. It's like for a baby. Yeah. I know, it's ridiculous. That actually reminds me of I did share through my Instagram. There's a great woman who had like the sign that she was holding up, and it's but she even says, friendly reminder that serving size isn't one size fits all. Like everybody looks at a stupid serving size and goes, oh, okay, that's all I'm gonna have. But like your body isn't that serving size. It just isn't. That's like, so the whole thing is just dumb. But, and then also like, there's so many, she's right. Like, it's funny because I've tried to like make sure my For You page doesn't have any, but they pop up every now and then, you know. There's one that I did a reverse TikTok where like, it's a voiceover and it's saying, it's me, I'm in here. And it'll show like a thin woman picture, but then it'll show like a fatter woman who's like, I'm in here. Like meaning the skinny woman is inside the fat woman. But I did one where I showed a very thin picture of me, and I look sickly. It was like 7 years ago, and I looked kind of gross, and I didn't even have my booty, my junk in my trunk or anything. And like, then I stand in front of it as who I am right now. And I'm like, I'm right here. And I like this. Yeah. So it's just dumb. It's just, don't get me started.
Claire, she's this dietitian, and she's a non-diet culture dietitian. And I love her stuff. Like, she'll do like all of these videos that are like, oh, what should I eat today? And she'll have like a tiny little serving size, and then she'll just like bat it away. You know, like
I like that stupid serving size. Like, you're an adult.
And counting calories and any of that sort of stuff. Because, you know, there's still a lot of dietitians that are like, calorie deficit, but love your body. And you're like,
it makes no sense. Yeah. No, I agree with you. And I actually have followed some dietitians, but they're plus size dietitians who tell the truth about it. They tell the truth about it. Yeah, beautiful, big dietitians.
Are you talking about the name is Beautiful Things?
Oh, I think so. Yeah, I know that one. Yeah, I follow a few actually, but that's one of them. Yeah. No, totally. KT, you got to get on TikTok. Hey, I want to say, can I give a shout out? Because if Nikki Bailey is still on here, Nikki Bailey has been gracing us with her presence and her comments tonight, and she's incredibly busy, and she is slaying right now in her career. And she took the time to come on here to say hi to us. So I just want to say hi, Nikki Bailey. Yes.
I love it.
Nikki said, I ate my skinny woman. That's what Nikki
Girl.
Can I just say,
Daniel? Carol, you have a fan on here too. She said when we were promoting you, she said that she follows you on TikTok. She knew exactly who you were. And Danielle's on here. Danielle Marie. Yeah.
Oh, I love her comments so much.
I know, she is the best.
People that like there are certain people that I just like take a screenshot and I read them over. And I hope that I am that. Like, I hope, you know, and I'll tell you, when I hype people up, it is like,
yes.
It's like, I mean, it is like I say it out loud while I'm typing it. You know, it's not just, hey, you're stunning, I love you, whatever. I am like,
oh yeah,
stunning. You know, like I'm like shouting at people. But
well, I do the same, and I'm like, I am forever changed on this CEO talk we had earlier. Because CEO, I'm just like, because KT,
just never gonna let it go, are you?
KT on TikTok, CEO was a thing. Like you say, like you're the CEO of dance, you're the CEO of like food or whatever. But she's like, no, actually the CEO.
Honestly, I don't know how you just didn't cut off the live stream and be like, I need to go deal with this.
I know. Oh, we're going to deal with each other later tonight. I'm going to call her after this.
All right. Well, hey, Carol, we have to wrap up. And Dellany. Dellany hates me because I act as the moderator all the time. I'm like, all right, I got places to be, people to see, things to do. But I want to stay here with you guys too because it's always fun.
This was fun.
Danielle said yes, she loves Carol.
I love Danielle.
Like, no, Carol, Danielle knows how to find you, but tell everybody else how to find you.
How can we find you?
Everywhere. At the Carol Clark. At the Carol Clark. That's it.
Is that it?
Your website?
Okay.
Every social media channel at the Carol Clark.
I mean, she's on them, but she's not on them because she's basically said she's only on TikTok.
Yeah, so you go see her on TikTok and chat with her there.
TikTok.
And check out her website. Check out the website.
Tell everybody where we're at.
We are right here. We are on Instagram, Twitter. Now we're on Twitch. This is our debut Twitch. I hope it goes well.
Hi,
I can't wait.
I hope somebody's there.
Hi, Twitch. Hi, Twitch people. Great. This is our debut show. Thanks for joining us. And yes, we will get an account going on TikTok at some point.
Yes,
yeah.
And also, you can watch all of our videos at fattvworld.com. And our lovely web series, She's Too Fat, is available there. Written and created and starring Dellany Pierce.
Yes. And it's on AKT. I had no idea, but this is the 2-year anniversary of when we first filmed it. Like it's 2 years ago. 2 years ago today, we were shooting the series. Yeah. Carol, check it out. Check it out if you haven't seen it yet. I
just binged it. It was.
Oh. We should have talked about that.
You didn't tell us. You watched it. What?
Are you kidding?
Okay,
Wait.
Carol, I think you need to do a reaction to She's Too Fat on TikTok. That's what you do. Yes.
Done.
And then I'll do edit.
Tell me specifically, like green screen it?
Whatever you want.
Whatever you want. It's your TikTok.
Yogurt scene that No, where I actually lost it was when you're having the conversation. This struck home for me. When you're having the conversation with the other woman, and she's like, "When are you, size 14?" It was so problematic to not be like massively overweight or like rail thing. Like it was just so problematic to just exist in the world.
Yeah. No, and all of these are based on true stories and true auditions. And honestly, that one, the one you're talking about, like even I at one point, it's kind of like what you said about just having to get your education pieces and how are you getting them. But I, at that time was a size 14, 16 or whatever. And I didn't know how problematic it was for me to be in an audition with women who were size 24, size 26, size 28. It didn't make sense for me to be there. Like, you know what I mean? And it's not good for them. And unfortunately, we don't even see that representation still. We're still fighting for their representation. We mainly still just see Ashley Graham. Ashley Graham's the voice of all of us, and it's certainly not true. And we are so many shapes and sizes, so, thank you for watching.
I get really annoyed because the compliment is still like, if a woman doesn't like her body, the compliment is like, no, you're thin. We're still complimenting people and telling them that they're thin because we still exalt being small or having smallness and small traits. So that's like a thing that bothers me. Like, complimenting somebody and being like, no, don't worry, you're much thinner than you think you are.
Well, that's why this is called Fat TV, because Fat TV is a positive word, not a negative word.
Exactly. It is a positive word. It's just a descriptor. It's I'm much happier as a fat person than a thin person. What did Nikki say? Show me the 26, 30s, and 5. Yes, that's the thing. The 5 X's, the 6 X's. Like with the sketch comedy, we are getting businesses coming to us and asking us if we'd be interested in modeling for them or wearing their shirts. But the problem is that they're not size inclusive. They stop at like a XL. or one. There's no 1X, 2X, 3X, 4. Like, it's like, what do you guys expect? Look at us. We can't wear those. So why would we model for you? You know what I mean? Yeah.
So, like the plus size models that look like I've never seen a body like that in nature. You know, where they are perfectly curvy. They have nothing that a real body looks like. I'm like, this
like a natural body. Yeah.
No, is this okay? You know, and
no, I was even gullible for a little bit until I figured out waist trainers do wonders. Waist trainers, like, you just wear them every day of your life. Yeah. And it makes your waist like this and everything else like that. It's crazy. Yeah.
All right. Well, everyone, give the audience a last word for tonight.
Just one word?
Just one word.
Who, Carol?
Positivity.
Carol?
Positive. Yeah, Carol, Dellany.
No, I love you all. I love you all.
Sparks joy. Sparks joy.
Sparks joy in your world.
Yes.
Anything from you, Dellany?
Oh, I was stealing hers. Okay. Black Lives Matter. Black Lives Matter. Black Lives Matter.
All Black Lives Matter.
Oh, yes. All Black lives. And let's arrest and charge Breonna Taylor and Elijah McCain's officers who are murderers. Let's do that. We got to get on that.
All right, guys, we're going to come back next week. Who knows who we're going to have on? We might be Carol again, might be us, might be a new guest.
Might be.
We don't know because we're in quarantine and we get to have fun and do whatever we want.
Yes.
But until next week, guys, we love you. Check us out at Fat TV World. Make sure to check Carol out. And thank you, Carol, for doing this with us today.
Thank you
so much.
Thank you. What fun.
Thank you. Bye.